wanted to talk a little bit about New Year's. We know that we are going into New Year's Eve tomorrow, and then voila, 2019 is here. And I just thought about, I recently did a post on Facebook where I shared my views on New Year's resolutions. Here's the thing, I don't make New Year's resolutions. This is just me and my preference. Yes, it does. And what I do instead is I focus more on New Year promises. And those promises are focused on the virtues of love, thankfulness, kindness. So, for instance, back in 2017, for New Year's, I made a New Year promise for 2018 that I was going to focus on the word surrender. That was my word for the year. So for 365 days, I had to surrender. I had to let go. And that's what, and it was easy to keep, a New Year promise versus a resolution. So if you ever get a chance, definitely check out my Facebook page at I by Drea. Hi, Sanctuary. How are you, Rob? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Please invite your followers, guys, to anyone who can benefit from these PeriLife classes. As I have stated before, these classes are from a metaphysical perspective. But what I'm going to be talking about today is New Year's. We're going to talk about hugs, good old hugs, and we're going to also talk about humor. Okay? But I'm going to go back to the New Year's resolution. So when I do a New Year promise, it just makes it a little more easy because now I'm just focused on a word versus an action plan of actually doing something. Whereas a lot of people make resolutions to lose weight, eat healthy, do, work on their finances. They want to, they're tangible things that they want to work on. But here's the thing. Those are things that you should work on daily anyway, right? We're supposed to always work on our health. We're supposed to always work on our mind, body, and soul. We should always want to work on our weight, whether if we don't like the weight that we're at and we want to lose weight, we should be working on that constantly by eating right, doing the right things. Yes, I do intentions, less pressure on me, but still committed. Exactly. The thing for me is that if I sit back and say I want to make a New Year's resolutions to lose weight, so let me ask myself this question. Why haven't I lost weight prior to this moment of making that resolution? Okay? So I don't do resolutions. I kick them out the door because they're going to fail before you even get started. January 1st come, you're like, okay, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do this. But boom, you failed the first day. So I focus on doing a New Year promise. And I pick words of inspiration, things that I know that's going to always bring me back to my center, bring me back to my road of where I need to focus. So for 2018, my entire word for this year was surrendering. So anytime I felt like, oh, I'm eating too much or I shouldn't eat that cake, I will focus on the word surrender. And then guess what? I wouldn't eat that cake. Do you see where I'm going with this? If you pick a word like thankful, being thankful or showing more gratitude, maybe loving kindness in your heart or unconditional love, and that's your word for the year, then you work on that word not just from an outer perspective, but an inner perspective of yourself. So you go within yourself and you focus on those attributes and how you can give yourself love, how you can be thankful for yourself, how you can show forgiveness for yourself, okay? So when you do it for yourself, guess what? When you take care of yourself, you can take care of others. Then you can give it to the world. Then you can give it to other people. And it's just a constant reminder, if that makes sense. My word for 2019 is adventure. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm sure Rob is going to focus on adventures for the whole year. She has 365 days to focus on adventure. She may travel to a couple of places, but guess what? Her adventures can also be an inner journey as well. She can focus more on meditating. She can focus more, yep, she can focus on self-love. An adventure is so broad that you can go just about anywhere with it. So that's a good one, Rob. Good one. Misty, you said yours is self-love. Awesome. We can never give ourselves enough self-love. Yep, in all the areas of your life. So I did an article on that, and I actually posted it in a very private Facebook area. If you guys want to join this private Facebook group, definitely let me know. Just send an email, or you can just go here to Abadrea, okay? And just shoot me a message. Let me know you want to be added to the private group, and I'll definitely add you guys in. That way you get these private nuggets of information. I don't share this information necessarily on my active page or my website. This is just more of a private inspiration, a motivational moment that I push out there. And I decided to do one for New Year's resolutions versus New Year's promise. So definitely check that out. So guys, welcome to PeriLifeClass with Drea. We're going to talk about hugs, guys. I am excited about this. Now, the last two broadcasts I did, we were talking about, we worked from Joseph Murphy's book, The Miracle Power of Your Mind. That book is so heavy and so good. Please add me, affirming the greatness in you. Yes, you are. I will definitely do that, Rob. I sure will. I have to find you. I don't know if are we on Facebook together? I'm not sure or not. I know we are on Instagram, but I'm not sure on Facebook. But I will definitely add you guys to that private group, and that goes for any of the replay viewers. If you guys are watching this and you want to be added to that private Facebook group, definitely shoot me a message under my Inspired by Drea's page, and definitely like, inspire, and follow Inspired by Drea as well, because I am really ready to ramp this thing up for 2019, and it's time. So that's where we're at. No, we're not. Okay, gotcha. So I want to talk about hugs, and I'm going to talk about hugs from a spiritual perspective, because I chose the hugs and humor because we need more engagement with each other, okay? And we definitely need to laugh more. Laughter is, and I've been hearing laughter quite often, or should I say the word laughter quite often, and I realized, you know what, going into 2019, I want to focus on more humor. I want to focus on more laughter, okay? I haven't quite picked my official word yet, but I do know that laughter is one of them. So I'm going to be reading from the lessons, and this is a book that is written by Carla McCarty, and I did speak with the author of this book, and she did give me written permission so that I can share this information with you guys. So I just want to go ahead and add that disclaimer. And then my other disclaimer is that if participation in PeriLife classes is strictly voluntary, guys, I am not a physician, I am not a medical doctor, nor am I a psychologist. So if you have any questions or any concerns regarding a psychology or any type of mental health issues, please consult your physician, okay? I am not a doctor. I am only a metaphysician, so I do that. What I do is strictly from a spiritual perspective, okay? So real quick, I'm going to read this part on hugs, and she does give some really good biblical reference for those who need biblical reference. But it says here that hugs are the gift of an acceptance, greeting, or parting embrace. Okay? When you hug someone, you're touching them. Okay? So it's a form of accepting, an acceptance of greeting. And when you're departing someone and you're leaving them, we tend to give people hugs. Now, on a spiritual walk, gentle hugs usually abound among those who practice silent prayer. You may tend to hug those with whom you feel comfortable, or you may believe have kind intentions towards you. So you're not going to just walk up to a total stranger and hug them. Most of the times we hug people because we can feel that good intention coming from them. So And I'm a hugger. I love hugs. Okay. So if you ever come in contact with me, I'm going to hug you. Even if I don't know you, I'm going to hug you because you have to remember when you're giving a hug, you're also receiving a hug. Okay. All of this is well and good and it's a limited purpose. Hugs are underappreciated in all that they may accomplish among your brothers and sisters on this earth plane of opposites. To restrict or limit hugs to a particular group of individuals is to restrict or limit your infinite nature of giving. Okay? Hugs should not be given as an afterthought or a kind gesture. So if you're just doing it as an afterthought or a kind gesture, that means you're just kind of working on autopilot. Think about what you're doing when you do that. Okay? Hugs, they should be thoughtful, caring, gentle, and given without a desire for compensation. Okay? It says if you give a hug, you may be likened better. Okay? Have you noticed that when people levitate to one person particularly, it's probably because they give away a lot of hugs. Okay? A hug isn't just a feel-good expression of warmth. It is a nonverbal communication which allows vibrating energy of either or both recipient to express without words or heartfelt caring through the sense of touch. Hugs allow you to share your calm vibrating energy that may bring calm where there is disruption, depression, or fear. Acts 20 verse 1 says, and after the uproar was ceased, Paul called unto him the disciples and embraced them. Okay. The greatest benefit of gentle hug offers is you cannot give a hug without simultaneously receiving one. Hugs are visible proof of the spiritual principle in giving you receive. A gentle, appropriate hug may allow you to express in a general, uncompromising way your God-loving nature. Hugs may give comfort, joy, and at times, when most needed, a spiritual lift. When you are present with an opportunity to hug another with whom you do not know well, and you do reach out in a non-threatening, gentle, and loving embrace, the blessings you may receive are manifold. Hugs have a rescuing power. Within a gentle hug's enduring embrace is the strongest power of the one, God's love. Because of the inherent power of God's love in every hug, healing of mind, emotion, or body may occur. As a truth seeker, you may be constantly seeking to experience of an embrace of God. Beware that God's embrace is yours. The only way in which you may experience the embrace of God on this plane is for you to embrace another. You are the heart, arm, and hands of God. You have the ability to gently hug the God of others as the God of yourself. Isn't that amazing? What are you guys' thoughts on that one? Hugs are, I've always looked at hugs as something very special or sacred when you meet someone. So just keep that in mind that, when you reach out to a person, whether they are a stranger or a friend, and you're hugging them, not only are you giving, but you're receiving, and your blessings are going to come from that because you're actually sending energy in a positive direction. Just like when someone hugs us when we're already crying. Exactly. And don't that feels good when you're crying and you're sad and someone comes and they hug you and they tell you it's going to be okay? Don't you feel that energy from that hug from that person? Because you feel in the genuineness and the authenticity of where that person's intent is coming from, because deep down inside they're showing you compassion, and that compassion is that you deserve to to feel great. You deserve to be wonderful and not be in that depressive state. And then we start to cry even more because we feel that loving energy. Exactly, Missy Rose. Exactly. So it is a wonderful thing. So I wanted to talk about hugs because we need more of it. We need more of it. We're going into 2019. And think about every time you hug someone, what is really taking place at that moment. Or the opposites, we stop crying most definitely. You after that, you're like, why was I crying? Why was I upset? Because it's like a healing mechanism that happens when hugs are given. You know, there's times when I can just be crying, I can be upset. Someone comes and hug me and they say certain things, and it's like, it's almost as if what I was focused on is no longer there. I am completely flabbergasted. If not, I'm probably just like, okay, well, why was I crying in the first place? Because now I feel better. I'm okay. It becomes something of the past. Remember, we're always focusing on the present moment of now. That becomes something of the past when that happened. Yes, definitely. So, Misty, do you have any questions regarding, I don't know if Rob is still here. She probably stepped back out. So, if you have any questions regarding the hugs, because we're going to go right into this next portion, and we're going to talk about humor. The silly willy of me, okay? I like to be silly. I'm a silly person. And the more you guys get to know me, I'm going to say this now because I don't want anyone to come back and say, oh my God, Drea has changed. No, Drea has not changed. Drea has always been this person. I have just kept that person at bay because my true nature and who I am around my family and my friends and those who know me that are close to me know I am a silly willy. I'm very silly. I love to have fun. I love to make people laugh. Laughter is something that is very dear to me, and I just get a kick out of it. I just love it. Okay, I'm not a comedian. Okay, nor do I inspire to be a comedian. But there are times where I just say things and it just rolls off my tongue, and it's kind of funny, and it's like, okay, nobody but Drea did that. Okay, so you want to have humor. We need more humor in the world. 2019. That is the second word. Okay, the first one was hugs. This one is humor. And I choose the two H's, okay? Humor is the state of mind that allows you to appreciate the comical in times of stressful situations. Let me repeat that. Humor is the state of mind that allows you to appreciate the comical in times of stressful situations. Yes, I'm always laughing. You know, and sometimes when I find myself getting sad, I laugh at myself because it's like, okay, Drea, what are you doing? And I have to actually laugh at it. It's like, okay, yep, I messed up. Yep, I can't believe I did that. And I just laugh about it. Okay. Humor on a spiritual journey is one of the best relaxers for the serious student. Great combination. Hugs and humor, yes. So you see where I was going with this, Misty. Yes, yes. Okay, it's a great relaxer. It's probably one of the best medicines I think that is out there. Sometimes I can laugh so hard that I end up actually getting what I call a spiritual high from it. I become intoxicated with the laughter and the humor to the point where I'm just floating. And it can happen, okay? As many students tend to do, you may begin to take yourself too seriously. So when you are on the spiritual journey or the spiritual path, some of us get really serious, okay? We got to do it this way, and that way, okay? We got to learn the law of attraction and the spiritual laws. We got to do this. We got to do that. I have, and they're like, boom, 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 boom. Very serious. No, relax. Take a step back. Chill. It's okay. It's okay. What is the big poster that, what was it? Europe created, it said, keep calm or something like that. The whole keep calm movement. That is so true. Keep calm. Relax. It's okay, and have fun while you're on your spiritual journey. That's something that I talk to my clients all the time. Is when I take my clients and I put them on the path, and I give them what they need. I give them their map. I give them all the tools, all the things that they need in order to embrace their journey. And I always tell them, have fun. There is no right or wrong way. Have fun. Okay? It says, it is important to maintain a sense of humor on your spiritual walk. Psalms 123, 2 and 3 says, then was our mouth filled with laughter and our tongues with singing. And they said among the heathens that the Lord had done great things for them. The Lord had done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Bible talks about having humor, that it's okay to laugh. It's okay to have these moments of uplifting joy, because when you laugh, you find yourself all of a sudden sprinkled with this feeling of happiness and joy, because it feels so good to the soul. Being a serious truth seeker is definitely necessary. However, you must not lose your sense of humor. In times of sadness, remember the great things that the Lord is constantly doing for you. Okay? Your source. Okay? Keep calm and carry on. Yes, that's it, Misty. Okay? It says, learn to laugh at the obvious foolishness of this world. It may keep you from getting caught up in its illusions. Let me tell you, every time I watch the news and I see something that is completely foolishness, I am learning how to laugh at it, because I don't want to get caught up in the illusions of, okay, this is happening in the world. This is what's happening in America. Oh my gosh, I'm scared and I'm afraid. No, fear is an illusion. Some people so holy that they're no earthly good. The Bible says, be happy. Ooh, Rob. Oh my goodness. Oh, girl. Let me tell you something. I don't know if you've been on Dina's Scope. She had a conversation about that specifically quote right there, that people are so holy, or they are so heavenly bound that there are no earthly good. And we were talking about that and what that looks like. So yes, have fun. Have fun. Don't be so serious. Take it back some. Bring it back. Okay? It says, the spiritual journey is difficult enough, and without appreciation for comical, it is next to impossible. Got to have that comical part of it. You know, I'm not going to lie, when I was on my path and I started learning more about like the law of attraction, how to manifest, I would laugh because I was like, are you serious? I found it extremely funny, especially when the light bulb went off and I had the big aha moment. I was like, ha, okay. And it does become somewhat comical, because now you're able to look at yourself and say, wait a minute, what have I been doing all this time? And then you can take a real big break and laugh at yourself. Okay? It says, humor may lighten a serious situation. Many masters would teach lessons by telling amusing stories. And there is a few that I watch on YouTube. And every now and then they'll tell a funny joke. And it's like, it's really funny. Okay? Aha, I can create. Exactly. Okay? A teacher was impressing upon his students to not be too quick to follow the crowd. He told a true story about a large, heavy, really big, naked man who would stand on a street corner and spit upon anyone who came by. The locals referred to him as a big fool. One day, a taxi driver came by and was spit upon. Well, the driver had the best day work ever. So he came by the following morning before starting his workday to be spit on again. He had told other taxi drivers about what he believed he had been so lucky that day. Upon hearing this, many taxi drivers also came by early in the morning to be spit upon. The lesson the master was teaching was, the bigger the fool, the bigger the following. When you consider the foolish things you say and do, you can realize the divine must have a great sense of humor. Okay? And that is the part of humor, hugs. We talked about New Year's resolutions versus promises. Guys, don't take everything so seriously, and be careful in what you are allowing to penetrate, not just your mind, your body and soul. This is a full connection. Your body is a temple. This is where the power of God resides. You know who you are. Okay? So you have to walk in that truth. Have fun. Let your journey or your spiritual journey become, a breath of fresh air. Every lesson that you learn, regardless if it's good or bad, have fun with it. When you knock your head a couple of times, you say, okay, I know that's hot. I'm not going to stick my hand in the fire. But if you want to keep sticking your hand in the fire, you know you will get burned. Sometimes you have to just sit back and say, you know what? I have to laugh at myself because I should have known better. Okay? I should have known better. So do you guys have any questions? 32 minutes. Ooh, we're doing good. Do you guys have any questions regarding this reading? I am Drea Smith. Guys, I'm still working with this software and I'm still trying to learn it. So y'all gonna have to bear with me. Thank you so much for the hearts. I really appreciate it. I'm going to continue these lessons on Sundays. That is the goal. I am going to pull back from Joseph Murphy's work just for a tad bit. And I actually want to do something very special with Joseph Murphy's work, because as I was kind of going through my notes, reading the chapters, I realized that his work is a little more advanced. And for those who are really seeking the spiritual path and they really want to learn spiritual principles, spiritual truths, as well as the spiritual laws, then I'm going to reserve that and do an actual workshop where we can actually communicate one-on-one. Because here on Periscope, it's really difficult, to engage like I really want to, because you guys are having to chat and I'm the one that's talking. Whereas if we do an actual workshop, we can actually communicate back and forth, and I'll probably do something like that on Zoom. So I would say just be on standby for that. Oh, thank you, Misty Rose. I appreciate it. Hey, this is nothing but the divine working through me, because I had to ask for it. I'm like, okay, give me this energy. Give it to me so that I can deliver it. And all I'm doing is trying to be obedient to the Spirit. This is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. I'm going to be honest with you, at least 3 to 4 years. And it just, I'm so proud of myself that by the end of 2018 that I actually finally surrendered. Okay. My word was surrendering, and I surrendered all this year, getting my feet wet. And now that I am fully pushing myself, this is kind of where I'm at. And so the PeriLifeClass is me surrendering. Okay, if that makes sense. So hopefully we can have some really good times here and have some wonderful aha moments. As I stated before, PeriLifeClasses and the information that I'm sharing here is definitely from a metaphysical perspective. Not everyone is going to understand the material. There may be few that may actually reject it, and that's okay. We're going to keep moving, because my goal is to really focus on those who are really seeking and wanting this information, because they're ready to commit and change their lives. This is a commitment. This is a life-changing commitment. So when you decide to embark this journey, you are committing to yourself. Self-love, self-care, self-accountability, and self-responsibility. Okay? Guys, that has been the end of PeriLifeClass, and it has been wonderful. Thank you guys for coming in. Thank you, Rob. Thank you, Misty. Thank you guys for the hearts. Thank you, replay viewers, for those who have come in and watched the replay. Thank you so much. And be sure to share this out to your followers. For anyone who is seeking some more information for spirituality and you think that this information can help them, definitely share it out. And if any of you have any questions regarding what we just talked about, we talked about hugs, How important are hugs? Okay. You know, and I'm sure I can go into a lot more information about hugs, but we talked about hugs and we talked about humor and where that humor stands on your spiritual journey. Um, Take a breath, breathe. It's going to be okay, you know. And when you realize that things are not going the best way for you, just breathe and then laugh.